everyone, this is Kaylin. You met me last week and now I'm bringing you this week's patient update. Today we have it pretty short. We have a new update for a long-term patient, some progression for another patient, then we'll finish off with a few fun facts for each species we have in the clinic. So let's get into it. Prairie Falcon 25185 came from Jamestown, Wyoming with a fractured left metacarpus. This patient spent about 8 weeks in a wing wrap. Last week we discussed more in depth about distal wing fractures, so go check that out to learn more if you missed it. This week the Prairie Falcon has moved into a larger patient care unit where they will continue to gain more mobility and strength of their wings. The higher perches you can see here allow this patient to begin to exercise and build back necessary flight muscles. We will continue to slowly increase their flight conditioning to avoid re-injury and will monitor their progress. Did you know that prairie falcons mainly live and forage in dry shrub and grasslands? Because of the scarcity of standing water in their traditional habitats, these birds have been observed taking dust baths, covering themselves with sand and sediment. It is hypothesized that this dusting behavior aids in feather health and the removal of parasites, especially in the absence of water. Northern pygmy owl 267 came to us from Wilson, Wyoming, having been struck by a car. This patient came in presenting with signs of head and internal trauma, including enlargement of their coelomic, or body cavity, organs on the X-ray. This patient is now moved out of supportive oxygen care and the ICU and is resting and recovering in a small patient care unit. They have finished their courses of anti-inflammatories and liver support. One way for rehabbers to determine any internal issues can actually be by observing the bird's excrement, or mutes, as they can tell a story we may not see on X-ray or through a physical examination. This patient had mostly normal mutes, but a few were black and tarry in nature, which can indicate damage to the liver. This was consistent with the X-ray showing some enlargement of their organs. The liver supplement appears to have aided this patient, as their mutes have returned to normal. The patient remains bright, alert, and responsive, and we will continue to monitor, and we plan on moving them into a larger patient care unit for flight conditioning later in the week. Did you know that northern pygmy owls are diurnal, meaning that they are active during the day and eat primarily other birds? They are ferocious hunters and can take down prey up to 3 times their size, including doves. Keep an eye out for northern pygmy owls while in the woods during the day, and you may see one. A good trick is to follow a noisy gaggle of songbirds, as they may be participating in mobbing behavior to ward off a predator, such as the northern pygmy owl. That is all for this week's patient update. Thank you so much for joining. Remember that if you want to do your part in keeping wild birds wild, you can click the link below to donate or to go to our website directly. And I'll see you next week.